Today, I'm gonna let you in on the one singular truth, the one singular reason for why your ex moves on so quickly after your breakup. But before I get to the nitty-gritty details, my first recommendation to anyone who watches my channel and is interested in exes is to hop over to my website, www.exboyfriendrecovery.com, and take my Ex Recovery Chances quiz. This is a quiz designed to tell you if you're wasting your time or not trying to get your ex-boyfriend back. Now, taking the quiz is super simple. All you have to do is look in the description link below this YouTube video and click on that link. It will take you directly to a quiz that will roughly give you an approximate idea of what your chances are of getting an ex back. So you can get an idea of if you're wasting your time or not. All right, so let's get down to those details. Why does your ex move on so quickly after a breakup? Now, the answer to this question is actually pretty easy. There's one singular truth for why exes tend to move on so quickly after a breakup. But in order to understand that truth, you need to understand this idea of fight or flight. When confronted with a traumatic experience, human beings tend to react with fight or flight mechanisms. We either stand up and fight the experience, or we flight from the experience. We run away because we don't want to deal with it. Now, make no mistake about it, most breakups tend to be kind of bordering on that traumatic experience for most people, depending on how badly the breakup went. Now, interestingly, you can actually look at your ex-boyfriend's behavior and determine kind of how they're reacting to this quote-unquote traumatic experience. And you can do that by looking at their flight responses and their fight responses. Let's tackle the fight responses first. There are three main quote-unquote fight responses that your ex will kind of enact after a breakup goes down. They will either get angry and say mean things to you, they will do things to try to make you jealous, or they will date someone new and basically rub it in your face. So what's the common theme between all three of these fight responses? Well, if you look at each one of those things, you'll notice the common theme between them is they're trying to find ways to hurt you or fight you. After all, you are the source of their pain. They're hurting because of the breakup with you. So they will say mean things to you to try to hurt your feelings. They will try to make you jealous by making out with another girl or another guy. They'll sometimes even date someone new and rub it in your face in a further attempt to make you jealous. But ultimately, the common theme when you look at these three fight responses is it's all about you and making you hurt. Now let's look at the flight responses. There are three main flight responses that you really kind of need to keep an eye out for. Your ex can either ghost you, they can date someone new and never talk to you again, or talk to everyone about the breakup except you. Now, it's here that some interesting differences occur. Where the fight response was all about making you hurt, the flight response is all about making sure that they aren't hurt. And most of the time, that's by doing things to push you away. Ghosting you, for example, they don't want to confront an awkward conversation. Dating someone new and never talking to you again, further pushing you away and making someone else deal with the pain or to get them to forget, essentially. Or simply talking to everyone that you know about the breakup except you. They don't want to have that awkward conversation. Now, you'll notice these flight responses and these fight responses may be very similar to some of the experiences that you're experiencing with your ex right now. But we still haven't really distilled it down to that universal truth that we need to learn to understand why they move on so quickly. So here it is. The ultimate truth that we've learned through years of research and study is that most of the time when an ex moves on extremely quickly, the reason they do that is because they're too terrified of dealing with the emotions that come up with handling a breakup. So oftentimes they'll look for someone else to distract them so they don't really have to be in as much pain throughout the breakup process. Now, interestingly enough, research has suggested that this can actually be one of the best ways to quote unquote get over a breakup. But interesting, that rebound relationship as it's come become more of a popular term, those relationships typically do not stand the test of time. They're just usually distractions so that your ex doesn't have to deal with the internal pain of going through a breakup. Hey, thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. This was kind of a shorter one than normal because there's not really much to distill down here, but here's what you need to distill down. You need to learn if you even have a chance of getting your ex back so that you're not wasting your most valuable resource, time. Now, the best way to do that is to actually go and look in the description link below this YouTube video and click on the link you see there. It will lead you to my Ex Recovery Chances quiz, which is basically a 2 to 3 minute quiz designed to tell you what kind of chance you have of getting back with your ex. So simply look in that description link and click on it. And again, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can get updates anytime there's a new video or I respond to one of your comments. I'll see you guys next time.